Oh, baby girl, what's going on?
I was just wondering where mommy is.
She's in the room. Your page is good.
It was straight too.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna throw it in group me right now. Alright, cool. I threw the one from your page. If you could throw the one on my page up here too. Alright, shit, I'm gonna start opening up. Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Alright, with Yahweh, that's the Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai, some of the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, it's his true name. Alright, and the Rakah Kodash, that is the Holy Spirit. And we also want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers out there. And, you know, as you can see on the title, all right, it's salvation is near, so stop being a bare minimum Israelite. All right, and pretty much before we started, we were talking about several different things. All right, we were going into how you got all these things happening in the world. All right, you have well, we were talking about Elon Musk, how he took over Twitter, right? And the real reason he took over is because he's gonna start being a tyrant. All right, your freedom of speech is about to, be hindered. All right, we were talking about that. You see the things just in general going on in the world. This whole situation with Kanye and Kyrie Irving. That's set up, man. All right, that's set up because these, small hatters, the 1948ers, the people that live in the state of Israel right now. All right. They're planning on making a move, man, all right, against the real men of the Lord, all right? And they're going to, say, look, we're justified in doing these things because, you got people like Kanye West, Kyle Irving promoting, anti-Semitism, all right? Because look what's happening in the world. Like the brother mentioned, all of a sudden, now you're starting to see, people attacking these, the Jewish community out of nowhere. All right, XYZ things, man, have been happening to their community out of nowhere, and that's not done by coincidence. All right, these things aren't happening by coincidence because you got to remember when Esau he makes his move, he plans these things. All right, he talks about he's done a diligent search. All right. Now, this guy's not a fool, man. It says that he's what? Wiser than Daniel. Okay. So this guy, he's very smart, so to speak. Okay, he's sharp. All right. Hey, it says what? He's a cunning hunter, man. Okay, and you got to remember, if you're hunting something, you can't necessarily just pop up and kill the prey. You got to sneak up on it, set up booby traps. You got to do all sorts of things in order to get that prey. You see?
They study who they're gonna get, and once they know their moves, they know how to get them. And what they're doing with this whole thing, they're basically trying to make Jake the new face of anti-Sem. So if it is set up or if it isn't, they're still using this situation so that they can do that. But I got right here what you quoted. This is Ezekiel 28:3. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." So Esau Edom, he's the wicked, but guess what? He's wise in his wickedness. So he's not just gonna go out there and just do something. He's gonna do it to where he could do something and still be justified for it. And that's exactly what's happening, man.
Hey, his back is against the wall, Hey, you got the prophets, the true men of the Lord out there bringing out this word night in, day in and day out. He has to come up against it somehow. And how is he going to do it? By having, the Yeez or the Kanye, it's like, or the Kyrie or so forth, say X, Y, and Z. So ultimately, he can paint this narrative about anti this and anti that. But we all know is targeting the prophets, I got a quick one. It's
But if he said Kanye West, what a better person than him? Everybody already thinks he's crazy.
yeah.
Prior to that, everybody knew he would like bug out, he'll tweak here and there. So yeah, that's a perfect person to bring out what he's bringing out, so they could point the finger and say, look, these people are bugged out.
Yeah.
This Revelation chapter 12, I start at verse 10. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointing." And all these things happening on earth is telltale signs that we're about to get delivered, right? It says, we'll continue on. It says, "For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." It says, verse 11, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death." Now, verse 12, which is the point, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." So he's working real subtly, to aim to get the men of the Lord, to demonize them and get these people minds stirred up and think that we're some hateful people, So he'd be so-called justified and coming down on us,
Yep. And with that all being said, since we know that this man, can you get that? Was it the 2 Peter's?
I got it right here.
Since we know these things are about to happen, right? He's about to come down with that great wrath. Things are about to get serious. What manner of person are you to be, man? All right. Or do you want to be that bare minimum Israelite? Okay, just barely reading, barely making videos. Going to camp because you're told to go to camp. No, man. Hey, you should be, doing as much as you can for your Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. So you can get that covering in that day, because you got to remember. Can you get, before you get that 2 Peter's, get Revelation 22 and I think round about 12. You got to remember, all of us are going to get judged on our works. Whatever you put, to the altar, man. All right. Whatever your sacrifice is, that's it. Your sacrifice isn't going to change my sacrifice. My sacrifice isn't going to change his brother's sacrifice. We all got our own sacrifice on the altar right now, man. All right. This is between you and Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. So do you want to just barely be barely doing stuff, or do you want to be active, constantly putting in that work?
I got something right here. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man." And what man is that? An Israelite man. So if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, and a Native American, and you may look like the other nations, but your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and your spirit resonates with these scriptures. Hey, you're an Israelite, and this is what you have to do, man. Because then what? Like the brother was saying, verse 14, "For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil." So if you were just being nonchalant and you knew the Father's will, guess what? For him that knoweth to do good and do it not, to him it is sin. So then those words, just because maybe you might necessarily have been doing evil, but because you weren't doing it at all, that's evil in itself. So the Lord is going to judge you based off that. So what we got to do is, to the best of our ability, do the most for Yahweh Shai, especially these times, man.
Can I get to it back here before I get that 2 Peter 3? This 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 58, it says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord."
Keep going.
It says, "For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord."
Yeah, and going to that word abounding real quick, because one of the definitions should mean like overflowing. All right, you should be abounding in the work of the Lord. This is all you should be doing, so to speak. Now, of course, you have your downtime where you let your hair down, so to speak. All right, hey, you may go play some pool, you may go play basketball, workout, maybe kick it with your lady. You know what I'm saying? Kick it with your family. All right, but for the most part, this is what you should be doing. This is everyone that knows you, so to speak. They should be like, yeah, he's always reading his Bible. He's always going to church.
We're reported of good works.
Yeah, watching videos. That's what they should be. That's what you should be known. For, man. All right. You know, not the guy that's constantly at the club, at the party. You know, constantly at the casino, constantly, you know, doing whatever, you know, of this world.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But
just that word is for abounding is G4052 Paratio. It says to exceed a fixed number of measure.
Yeah, to exceed a fixed number of measure. So I'll say this, right? In Great Millstone, how many videos are we technically supposed to be doing, right? If we're in the camp, it's bare minimum 3.
Mm-hmm.
But you should be wanting to do more, man. All right, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, whatever. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know that's what you should be doing. Now, of course, you know, hey, if it's your lot is to only, you know, be able to do 3, so be it. Because we were talking about this. Every brother has a different measure of faith. They have different, what's the word I'm looking for?
Abilities.
Say that again. Abilities, talents. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain brothers were given a heavy spirit. Some brothers were given, you know, more of a lighter spirit, so to speak. All right. But point being, though, is you should try to do more,
Mm-hmm.
you know, than you're just required of. And I'll say this: it's not just about doing videos. Hey, why don't you go help that brother out? All right. Maybe you have to go out of your way to help him out. So be it, right? Hey, maybe you, instead of going to 1 class this week, you went to 2. Or instead of 1 camp, you did 2 this week. You know, hey, there's, like I said, it's just not one aspect, you know, it's like different things you can do in this truth. Whatever it is, good, you know, go above and beyond, man. All right, what's up, man?
There's some water.
Just keep reading.
It says to be left over and above a certain number or measure. It says to abound, to overflow, to make abundant or excellent, you know. And hey, that's what the Lord's looking for. Hey, he's well delighted in someone that's hot and ready to not only do what's required, but do more. You know?
Go what they say, go beyond the Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, sometimes they, you know, if you fail or you catch yourself like in a slump, never get in that spirit to where you're comfortable being in that slump, where you're comfortable. No, keep on fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you missed, you only did 3 videos this week. Hey, next week, next week I'm gonna be on fire. Next week I'm gonna, you know, have that mentality. You keep telling yourself that eventually you're gonna end up turning those thoughts and all that into action. But what you never want to do is stay in the spirit where you're just happy. All right, I did 3, I'm cool. Now it's time for me to chill. Nah, man.
This 2 Corinthians 9:6, it says, but this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. You know, so hey, the more work you put in, the more the Lord's gonna reward you, you know. But hey, if you just giving the Lord your bare minimum, hey, how the Lord gonna look at that? You know, especially if you know you can do more.
Yeah, and I'll say this, man. Look at the situation with Cain and Abel. All right. Look at what happened before, you know, that whole event happened where Cain killed Abel. It's only a few verses, but really, you know, analyze what was going on between Cain and Abel and the Lord, man. The Lord was pissed off with Cain's offering. And that's because, it was a bare minimum offering. It was just like, oh, okay, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got to do this. So here's this. Right? And Abel, he gave his best, man. He was really about it. That's why the Lord was pleased with Abel's offering. Right? And not Cain's. You know? And you see, that's what's happening right now. All right? You see, the Lord, he's happy with what the Israelites are doing. They were repenting, changing our ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, putting off that old man, putting on the new man, returning unto the law, statutes, and commandments, returning unto our heritage, you know, returning unto the Lord. So he's happy with that, right? And then Esau is getting mad about that. That's why they're trying to stop all this, stop this movement, all right? You see? You know, and then eventually, since this guy can't stop it by, you know, putting restrictions on, you know, the web, all right? Restrictions on, like this and that, you know. Yeah, this guy's just going to go nuts, man, and come down with that great wrath and get carnal. Because that's all he knows how to do. Ever since the time of, you know, the serpent in the garden to, to Cain and Abel, all right, to Jacob and Esau, it's always been like that. This guy is just a carnal, a scumbag, a low life loser. But see, carnality is not going to win at the end of the day. All right, it's spirituality. That's what's going to win. The spirit. The spirit always triumphs. The carnal things. All right. But you brothers got it if you got a scripture. And then if you got that I think what's the scripture called?
Yeah, 2 Peter 3.
Yeah, can you get that real quick and then
Okay.
whatever you got?
This 2 Peter 3, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up."
Exactly, and that's what's coming, man. But I'll say this: but before things get burned up, what's coming too, man? You're gonna have famines, cannibalism, rapes, home invasions, kidnappings. All right, murders. Straight destruction and chaos out here. That's what's coming to this world, man. And we don't want to be a part of that. Then the final plague is the thermonuclear missiles. All right, that fire, that the second death, man. We don't want no part of that. So what we're doing to the best of our ability, all right, is trying to repent, get right, and put a proper offering to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. This is why we can't be a bare minimum Israelite, because the Lord's not looking for bare minimum, all right? Just getting by type of cats, man. A C- student, so to speak. The Lord wants that A+ above and beyond individual, all right? Because that's what really the men of the Lord are. They're not normal, okay? The Lord's not looking for just average Joes, man. And if you want to do that, hey, go do something in this world, man. All right, go start a business. Go be an entrepreneur. All right, go dribble a basketball. Go crack some jokes at a comedy club. All right, if you want to be bare minimum, go do that, man. All right, because that's real easy, actually.
I got a precept for you real quick. This 1 Timothy 6:17, it says, "Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy." Verse 18, it says that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, and that's what the big bro just going into, The Lord he's not looking at what your physical, what you accomplish in the world. He's looking at your spiritual bank account. Are you rich in faith? Are you rich in helping? Are you rich in getting into them scriptures? Are you laboring, right? It says, verse 19, "Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life." And that ultimately works to your favor. You see the Lord see you down here laboring, putting in that work. Now when all the hell comes that we just get to, the Lord is like, okay, nah, get him away from that. Psalms 91, he's my servant. He's been working for me. You want to cash out on that spiritual currency,
I got one right here. Wisdom of Solomon 9:6. "For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded." Back to what the brother was saying. The Lord doesn't care if you got the special talent and you know how to fucking, play basketball, fight, any of that. You could be perfect in all those things, but if you don't have the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Shai, hey, you're gonna be nothing regarded. The Lord is not looking to save those men. Like the scriptures say, not many wise, not many, are called, man. He's looking to save those that are of sincere heart. Like it says in John the 4th chapter. He seeketh those that worship him in spirit and in truth. And how you do that is what following the law, statutes, and commandments, doing His will to the best of your ability. Sincerity, man. Because the brother was going into too how it's not just doing, okay, I gotta do a lesson, so I'm just gonna do a lesson just so I can say I have a lesson done. No, you gotta do it. Your heart has to be in it. Your mind has to be in it. You gotta do it the right way. Yeah, sometimes, if you do a lesson with sincerity, let's say it's 5 minutes, and somebody else does it an hour lesson, but it's not sincere, yours is more valid and it's more pleasing to Yahweh Shem Shai than the other guy, man.
That's right.
This 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11, it says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness.
Yep. And since we know this is coming down the pipeline, we have to have a separate, because that's what holy means, separate conduct, meaning your, this is conversation, which goes into your conduct. You know, you can't be basic, man. Simple as that. You cannot be basic in this truth. Okay? You know? Alright? You just can't be doing, you know, you can't be bare minimum. Alright, I'll say this, man. Because even there's guys in the circumcision that aren't going to make it. And that's because they were being slothful. We always bring this out. You know, look at IUIC, right? You got thousands and thousands of members. How come there's not thousands and thousands of videos from those guys? Now, granted, you know, of course, you know, going back to what we were saying, hey, everybody has a different, you know, lot, a different measure of faith, things like that. We understand it. But there should just be non-stop videos coming from these guys. You know, why is it only XYZ, you know, people? You know? And that's because a lot of these guys are in cruise control, man. They know that they're Israelite, all right? You know, they got a, you know, purple t-shirt and some fringes, and they're happy about that. And they, you know, they're kicking it with their wife and their family, and, you know, at the fucking, you know, church session, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're, you know, happy, you know, they're pleased with that. You know? You know, hey, Judah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's what they're happy about.
Right. Well, the wicked scribes and Pharisees, you know, they knew they were Israel, but what that wasn't enough. You know, the reason why they didn't get you know, called or accepted is because what they didn't have they weren't sincere and they didn't have the works. You know, they were you know, vain. You know, just doing the same shit these guys are doing. You know, oh, I know I'm an Israelite and that's it. You know. As long as I represent it, you know, I'm good. No, man, it's more than that, man. The Most High wants to see action. You have faith, and hey, prove it by your actions.
It's about putting in this work, man. Like I said, it's much more than just doing videos. Now that's a part of it, but you got to work, man. The Lord requires these things. The Lord hates a slothful individual. You know, and I'm gonna get what you got out.
Quick one. This Sirach 7:15. It says, "Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry which the Most High have ordained." You know, so hey, you gotta be willing to do this work and not only just do it, but abound. You know, can't be putting it off or treating it as just some. Oh man, I gotta go to work. Nah, you gotta look forward to it and actually put your best foot forth. You know.
What's that scripture that talks about a slothful man? I got it right here, Salaki. I found it now. This is Sirach 22:1. A slothful man is compared to a filthy stone. And you got to remember, it says in the book of, I think, 1 Peter, it talks about how we're what? Lively stones. All right? You know, each part, a member of the elect is a part of that spiritual temple, man. Okay? And they're not going to be filthy. All right? And then all those, you know, men that were called, best believe they put in work, man. Okay?
Right, here it is, all these precious stones, and there's this filthy one. You're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. You know, the people are gonna be like, "No, something's wrong with that one. Look at it. Look how it's standing out. Well, all of them are all pretty, all nice. You know, that's how you are. You know, when you're slothful, man.
Yeah. And what are people gonna say, right? Oh, we need to replace that.
Yeah.
Hey, get it out of here. It's not fitting in right. Okay, let's get this one right there. That one looks good. Let's put it in, you know, in its place. Okay, and see, a lot of you guys that are, you know, doing things bare minimum, the Lord's about to replace you, man. Remember, you're expendable, man. The Lord don't need you. You need the Lord. So you better be on top of your shit, man. Okay. So it says here, a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone, and everyone will hiss him out to his disgrace. A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. Alright? Basically, you're a piece of shit, man. Straight up, you're a piece of shit. Alright, if you're slothful. And it says, every man that takes it up will shake his hand. Alright, so no one wants to be around these things. Even in the world, man. Who wants to be around that lazy guy, you know, at the job? Or, you know, that one, you have a class project, right? There's 5 of you. 4 of you are busting your ass off,
Yeah.
right? And you got the one guy that's just got his feet kicked back up and he's like
Cruising.
this. He's like, yep. I know my buddy's gonna handle. No, bro. No one wants to be around that. All right. Hey, then those usually what happens is them 4 guys that put in the work, and then the one guy who didn't do shit, right? Them 4 guys usually go to the teacher and say, "Hey, man, Johnny over there hasn't been doing what he's, he hasn't been doing what he's supposed to be, doing. We've been picking up his slack. We don't think he deserves, all right, this A, all right. He didn't do anything to get this A. We're the ones who did everything, and we had to put, for lack of words, we had to do some OT, all right, in order to, get his part finished. And what happens? The teacher hears about that, and they usually tell that guy that was being the slacker, you know what, you're getting the F, man. You didn't do anything. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of you guys. Yeah, you think you can, basically make it because you're cool with XYZ brothers. No, bro. Just because you're cool with XYZ brothers doesn't mean that you're going to make it in this thing. So what if you're a cool cat? So what, man? Hey, the apostles say it, all the time. They've met a bunch of cool cats, and a lot of them are here. Even within our camp, personally, we this brother and I have been, around for the same amount of time for the most part, and we've been around quote unquote cool cats. But are they here? No, man. So that cool, being the cool guy, doesn't mean you're gonna necessarily be a part of the elect. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you brothers got.
I got one. This is Galatians 6 and 7 that says, "Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." And the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So He knows everything. He knows what you've been doing, what you haven't been doing. If you've been doing it the right way, if you've been doing it the wrong way, He knows all of that. So if you think you're just gonna get by, with doing the bare minimum, hey, the Most High is not mocked. He's gonna give you exactly what you deserve. You're only hurting yourself.
Exactly. And why wouldn't you want to be in overdrive right now?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We see all these things happening in this world. Why don't you want to be in overdrive? The Lord is really making moves right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you got spiritual eyes, if you're really, see, that's the thing. A lot of these guys aren't on their watch, right? The point being, if you're on your watch, you know that the Lord is making moves. Mm-hmm. You got this whole transhumanism getting pushed more and more. All right, the era of Charagma is about to be implemented. World War III is here. It's not even on the horizon. It's literally here. All right, it's just gonna take that one event to really get things moving. All right.
Hey, Israel is mainstream. Hey, it's a mainstream topic all around the world, man. Hey, that second Esdras 9, the Lord is making it absolutely known that this is the end. So going back to that 2 Peter 3, seeing that this is the end, what manner of person are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Exactly, man.
I got a little more. This is back to Galatians 6, now verse 8. "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life." And I believe the brother brought it out. It says the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your labor of love. He's gonna remember. So if you never feel like I've been doing too much or this is not, hey, you can never go far enough, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta keep on doing. You feel like you did more than 3 videos this week. Hey, try to do more than that next week. Always do more, because at the end of the day, the Lord's gonna pay you back for everything that we've done, everything we sacrificed, man. It says, "And let us not be weary in well doing.
Yep.
For in due season we shall reap if we faint not," man. And and if we're being slack, guess what? We're gonna. You're more prone to fall into the spirit of fainting. You know what? Maybe this isn't it. Maybe I should have. Nah, man. You gotta be on fire and stay on fire. You feel. Because sometimes, hey, we do have those weak moments, but guess what? That's what we have the brotherhood. When we have those weak moments, we go around the brothers so we could get back online. It says, "As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are the household of faith. And right now we have what? Liberty, which is what? To be able to live as we should. You know, so let seeing that we have that liberty, let's live as we should, man, and have those good works. You know, like the brother said, sometimes it's not even about doing a lesson. Is you know, it's helping out our brother. You know, breaking bread. You know, helping out our brother financially with a ride or a place to stay. You know, some way somehow. You know, those are all works towards Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, man. Those are you doing all that builds up your spiritual bank account. You know, so right now, seeing that the doors of mercy are closing, we got to be more on fire and more on point with that. You know, so that when the Lord comes, we'll have, you know, enough works for Him to come and say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." You know.
Mm-hmm.
And my water. Ow! Mommy,
I got some. This 1 Corinthians 9:24, it says, "Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain." You know, as the scriptures say, "Hey, put on as the elect. Hey, do as necessary so that hey, the scriptures say, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Do as necessary so that you and the Heavenly Father is on good terms and He can show you that salvation." You know, it says, verse 25, "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible." Right? The reward, the salvation, the deliverance, is worth it. You know, the scriptures speak about this being a good, Salakia, the good work, the well doing, Salakia. You know, it says, verse 26, "I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway." You know, so do what's needful for salvation, man. You know.
I got a scripture because you made a point. About you said something on the lines of like, come on, go upstairs. Relax. Just go upstairs. That's enough, man. You said something on the lines that, you know, did this put in this work is like basically worth it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It says here in Romans 8. I'm gonna start at 17. "And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahushua, if so be that we suffer with Him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." Okay? So the things that you're going through, it's actually really lightweight. Scriptures talk about it's what, a light affliction.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yes, you know, you go through stuff. You know, what does it say that chastisement? Mm-hmm. It's grievous. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not, you know, basically pleasant. You know, right then and there. All right, but at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna get rewarded greatly, man. Actually, you're gonna get rewarded more. All right, than really what you deserve, man. You know, it says, let me see. Give me 1 second. I think it's 9 and 13. Or is it 7 and 13? Shit. But basically, man, we've been punished less than our iniquities deserve, man. You know, we're getting this great. Oh, you know, here it is. This is Ezra 9 and 13. It says here, "And after all that is come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that thou our power has punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and has given us such deliverance as this." Look, man, we've been punished. We're getting punished less than what we really deserve, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the things that we're going through, it's not to be compared to the glory that's about to come. You know, look, this is all worth it at the end of the day, man. You know, hey, you losing some sleep here and there. You know, maybe not having the best, you know, job in the world. You having to work OT, you know, or you're not having a job, or you're not having a woman. You having a woman, and then you got problems with that, and you dealing with issues in the brotherhood, so on and so forth. Whatever it is, hey, those afflictions, hey, at the end of the day, man, mm-hmm. It's worth it, man. It's worth you going through whatever the Lord puts in front of you, because we're about to inherit the greatest things, man. All right, we're about to get new bodies. The laws are going to be put in us. We're going to be 100% righteous. Okay, we're about to have the dominion over the earth, over the natural resources, okay, over the galaxies. There's so much coming, man. So much coming. So all this is worth it. So what? You had, like I said, you had to lose a little sleep because you had to go drop a brother off, you know, at his job that's in the suburbs or something. So fucking what, man? So yeah, that was an hour out of your day. Okay, cool. Well, while you're dropping that brother off, you had a spiritual talk. You probably did a lesson. All right, you did a good deed for the brother. Now you know what I'm saying. Now you're spiritually charged up, man. You spiritually ate, so to speak. Come on, man. Like brothers be thinking so damn fucking, like, you know what I'm saying. They don't think about the long term things, man. They just think about the now. Like, oh man, well, fuck, man. You know, I gotta wake up early, or I gotta stay up late and do all this. Oh man, I just want to chill and kick it. The fuck, man.
And you feel a lot better. You know, you feel a whole lot better than when you don't. When you don't, then fuck that, maybe I should have. You over here like, damn, like what if? But when you do it, even though you might feel weird or like, oh man, tired, like when you do it, you're never gonna say I regret it. You're always gonna be, you know what, I'm glad I did that. You know what, I feel good. You know what, now you're like the brother said, now your spirit is more apt. You know,
and the Lord pleased with that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. You got something? What you call it?
No.
You got something?
Come on, I got something.
Okay.
This Luke 21:34. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. I'm gonna hit the next verse. It says, for as a snare shall it come on all of them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So seeing the times that we're in, we can't be too concerned and carried away with fleshly things. You know, we gotta walk in the spirit and be more into this word, more into pushing for the kingdom of heaven, having our mind hastening in the day of the Lord. You see, verse 36, it says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all of these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And that's what it boiled down to. We're striving to make our call and election sure, to be pleasing in the eyes of the Lord. What it says in, I believe, 2 Timothy, no man that warreth.
This is, I'm going to start from the top, though. This is 2 Timothy 2:1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, it says, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
And in Romans, it says, how should they hear without a preacher? So you got to put that work in, man. Prophesying, doing your lessons, studying, show thyself approved, you know.
And the scriptures in the book of Sirach, the 33rd chapter, I think it's the 17th verse, it says, I didn't labor only for myself, but for
all
those
that
seek wisdom, man.
Yep.
So this is not just about you, man. That's the thing, too. See, look, this society, you know, and this is really the ways of Esau is, you know, it's all about me, you know, how I feel, all right? Did I get, you know, above, you know, this person? Did I, you know, that's how Esau is, man. That's what he teaches the people. This is why this is a very, what the scriptures talk about, how this is this place is going to be, you know, a place where it's filled with lovers of themselves, roughly paraphrasing it. You know, it's all about themselves, man. And see, in our culture, it's not just about you; it's about the community, man. Your nation, your people. All right. And with that being said, you gotta and that goes into sacrifice, and you gotta do things that's gonna make you uncomfortable, so you can help your brother out. You know. Hey, you know, we got people who are listening and learning right now. Who knows who's listening and learning? You know, what if they needed to hear this video, or whatever video that you make? It could be, you know, a small thing or, you know, a great thing. Whatever it is, man, it's a necessity.
How you conduct yourself as well. You know, actually walking in the light to those that are without.
No, and especially now, you know, the times that we're in, a lot of people are starting to look up who we are, what we're about, and all that. Hey, you know, so there's gonna be a lot of new converts. So that means what? You know, you might be like, oh, well, this lesson might seem, you know, too basic. Nah, hey, the basics is always the best part. Go back if you don't have nothing to talk about. All the apostles say it all the time. Go back to the basics. Teach who Israel really is. Teach how we're not supposed to have lineups. Teach who Esau Edom is. You know, all that easy, simple lessons. You know, and that still counts as work. You don't always have to be all deep and all crazy and all. You know, nah, man. Just it's all about doing the work, man. You'll get a lot more. You know, you get a lot further doing lessons based on the basics than always trying to go deep and not even holding yourself back from doing lessons.
Got a little bit more. It says verse 3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So you got to endure hardness, man, as a good soldier. Hey, this is not going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be a bumpy one. Okay. Hey, it says in Acts 14 and 22, before we get into the kingdom of heaven, that we got to go through much trials and tribulations. It is what it is, man. Okay? Deal with it. Enjoy it, man. Take it cheerfully, whatever comes your way. Take it cheerfully. Now, of course, we know it doesn't feel good at that present moment, that chastisement, but at the end, it's going to yield that peaceable fruit, man.
Yep.
And
Glory is the glory.
Yep. Verse 4, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. So you can't get too attached to this world that you're in, man.
Yep.
All right, hey, look, man, you might lose your pops, your mom, all right, your woman, your children. Okay, you're definitely gonna lose that home, that business. All right, you're gonna lose your reputation in this world. All right, so on and so forth. So what, man? It's all worth it at the end of the day. Because look, this world is passing away. All right, quick too, man. The fashion of this world passes away quickly. All right, things are speeding up, man. We're not gonna be out here preaching for too much longer. We're not gonna be making these sit downs for too much longer. All right, this system is gonna continue to collapse. You think, you think going to the store is gonna be just everyday thing, soon. Hey, you're gonna be afraid to go to the goddamn store because you might get robbed at gunpoint. You're gonna be afraid to go outside very soon because you don't want to be kidnapped. You don't want to be somebody's next goddamn lunch. All right, this is the shit that's about to come soon. So the hell with this place, man. Well, why would you even want anything in this place? Anyways, everything is tainted, man. Everything. All right, your water's tainted, your food's tainted, your woman's tainted, your parents are tainted. All right, everything is polluted, man. This place is not our rest. Micah 2:10, man. Okay, we're not supposed to feel comfortable in this place. We're supposed to be crying to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right, day and night. All right, all day, every day to get us out of this goddamn captivity. Because this is the worst place to be in. And the reason why is because we're under the rulership of the most wicked king right now. All right? You should not feel content and complacent here.
I got one right quick. It says, this is Sirach 5 and 7. It says, make no tearing to turn to Yahweh and put not off from day to day. So, I'm just going to, I'll do this tomorrow. I could do this day. I could do it that day. You know what? No, if you could do it now, do it now. It says, for suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. And when you actually want to get to it, it could be the day where the Lord comes, and now what? Now you can't do that thing, man. And that could have been the thing that could have sealed your salvation. So we can't put it off to day from day to day, man. We gotta keep on striving until the Lord comes. Hey, Yahweh Shai said what? Occupy until I come. Until the Lord says that's it, no more, then that's what it'll be it, and no more. But until then, we gotta keep on doing the work. No matter what.
They say that in James 5, it says not to say on tomorrow, the Lord will. So while the day is, do what you can for the Lord.
Yep.
Don't put it off.
Yep, every day is we should be the scriptures say what that his mercies are renewed every morning. So if he's giving us mercies, every day, hey, we gotta take that mercy and do the best that we can, and like the scriptures say, live as we should, which is doing the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Here's a quote, man, that was sent to me, right? Because this goes, it links up with the scripture you just brought out, and that's Sirach 5. It says here, one day or day one, you decide. All right? Are you gonna put off the Lord? Are you gonna tarry to turn to the Lord, or are you just gonna say, enough's enough? Let me start doing it now. All right. Now let me get to work now. And you better get to work, because who knows, man, when this stuff is gonna stop, man. Real talk. And it doesn't look like we got a lot of time. I'll even say this, even if it's a year or two. Let's just hypothetically speak. Let's just say we got a little time, whatever, a couple years pass. You know how fast years go by, man? You know how fast,
it
things...
just seems like the fucking the C-19 just happened,
Yeah.
and it was literally about to be 3 years ago.
Exactly, man. So the time is going quickly, man. Before you know it, all hell's gonna be breaking loose, man. And a lot of you people, you're gonna be shit out of luck, man. And you're gonna be wanting to talk to those guys, with the dresses on, and I need to talk to them black Hebrew Israelites. Where are they? I think there was one in my complex. Let me go run. Oh wait a minute, he just moved out about 6 months ago. Fuck.
Right. What was the name? What was it? Damn.
Oh.
Yeah. So you better turn to the Lord now, man. Or while you can. You got something or no?
This 2 Timothy 4 and verse 5, it says, "But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry." So just going back to the general point of the lesson, hey, put that work in.
That's right, man. That's pretty much it, right? Hey, hopefully this was edifying. Hey, brothers, man, look, and sisters too. We're almost out of this place. All right, so put in that work. Do what you can. The scriptures say don't come to the Lord empty-handed. So do something, man. All right, do something. Even if it's just the basic commandments. But then from there, you keep building and growing and getting better.
Present your body as a living sacrifice.
Yep.
Deny yourself, and do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna feel great a lot of times, but hey, we gotta do what we gotta do. At the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. The Most High, it says that he that believe must believe that He is, and He's a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. And if we're diligently seeking Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, guess what? He is gonna reward us. The Most High is not a man that He should lie.
That's right. So we're gonna end this lesson. Hopefully it was edifying. And with that, we're gonna end it off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakarash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. Shalom and a Baba Ball.
Shalom, Baba Ball.